Hi, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to do a pattern review of the newly released Tapioca Trousers by Jessica of JessieLos_Closet. So I hope I'm not butchering her handle. If I am, I'll go ahead and put the name here so you can see what it looks like, and you can go over and check her out over on Instagram. She also has a YouTube account as well. So I'll put links to her Instagram and her YouTube account here in the description box below, so you could go over and check her out. She's a new designer with a really great innovative style. I really love the way that she created these trousers, and I can't wait to share with you my trousers, what my trousers look like, and then also my experience of sewing the trousers. So with all that said, we're going to go ahead, get into today's video, and we're going to talk about the Tapioca Trousers. So let's go ahead and talk about the features of the pattern first. And I can't wait to share with you my version of the Tapioca trousers. And I'll also share with you my experience as a tester as well, because I think that that will also help people understand how much work went into designing these pants and how serious the designer was when she took a lot of the feedback from the testers and implemented changes based on the feedback that we gave. So let's go ahead and talk about the features of the pattern. First of all, it's very beginner friendly. Well, I wouldn't say like beginner friendly, like someone who's never sewn a garment before. I don't think it would be for individuals who have never sewn before, but I would say that for advanced beginners, maybe even intermediate sewers, this would be something right up your alley. The pattern does feature a front fly and a zipper closure. You do put a button or a bar closure on the front because your waistband overlaps, so you will need a button or a bar closure there to make sure that you secure your flap in place. So those two things may be, I don't think that they're very beginner friendly, you know, adding a zipper and then also a button detail. However, other than that, everything else is pretty straightforward. The sizes are 0 to 34. And so that is 24 inches to the waist to 54 inches in the waist. So it's pretty great size range there. So it goes from basically an extra small all the way up to 54 inches for your waist, which is a pretty great size range. And then for the hips, it's 34 inches for the hip all the way up to 65 inches for the hip. The pattern includes instructions. So you get step-by-step instructions on how to sew the garment. And the instructions are phenomenal. Even before she made changes, the instructions were great. There were a few things that people suggested that she add, and she did correct a lot of that in the testing phase. So I think the instructions are going to be really great and straightforward and very easy to read. She provides a print at home US letter copy of the PDF version of this pattern and an A4 version. She also, and those come with layers. She also provides a large format copy, which is the Copy Shop AO version. And then there's a projector file as well. And then you also get a YouTube tutorial with it as well, which is really fun. And she also has like the how to sew a zipper onto the fly front tutorial as well. And so she posted that sometime last week. And so that's also on her YouTube channel if you are interested on how to actually attach the zipper to your fly front there. So you have that as well. So you get a lot that comes with this pattern, which I think is really fun. And it is available to purchase on Etsy. And again, I'll provide the link in the description box below. The other pattern details as well. You have a high waist. So the waistband is going to come It's going to be on your waistline, on your natural waistline. So it's not going to be below the waistline or at the waistline. It's going to be at your natural waistline. It has a pretty high waist. You have a wide leg, like I said, really wide leg. One of the things that I had to do, I had to shorten my uh, my trousers by 2 inches. And if I'm being honest, I could stand to shorten it another inch. They're just very, very long. If you're short like me, you're going to have to shorten your garment there. And then you have a 2-inch wide hem, which is really nice. I really like the hem on it. I used a dark color fabric, and so you can't really see my hem. But I think if you use like a lighter fabric, that hem is going to pop and it's going to be beautiful. I really like that detail there. You also have a curved waistband, and that curved waistband is just one long waistband piece. Now, if I'm being honest, I think this is probably the only feature of the pattern that I didn't really like. I like to have separate waistband pieces because having one long waistband piece, it restricts you on your fabric, right? And the space that you have to utilize for that band. And so I had to cut into quite a bit of my fabric because of that. And so that's the only thing I think, you know, if I could change the waistband some kind of way, either put it on fold or cut it and try to make it a, you know, 2-sectional or 3-sectional pieces. Sometimes with most waistbands, you'll have your front, you're cutting twice, and then your back, you're cutting on fold or something like that. Or sometimes you have 2 pieces in the back. And the reason why they do that is because if you have one long waistband, then you're going to be eating, you know, quite a bit of your fabric because you have to put that waistband usually on bias. And so that's the only thing that was kind of, you know, a little hard for me because of how much fabric it was eating up. Now, I will say this, it's really easy to, you know, fold your waistband in half and kind of, you know, re-alter it or fix it. And so it's not a huge deal, but just keep that in mind that that waistband piece is really long and it's basically in a U shape. And so when you're putting it on your fabric, it's basically in that U shape because you need the curve, right? You need it to kind of be on a bias so that you can get that curve. And then also the pocket is quite different. You have a really big pocket bag that you're going to be folding in half, but you're also going to be putting pocket facings on top of those pocket bags. It's really hard to explain. The pocket is a little bit different. It's very unique. It's not something I've seen before. That's another thing that you might want to pay particular attention to. But again, she has really great detailed instructions. And because she has really great detailed instructions, you're going to be able to get through that even if you've never sewn a pocket bag like this before. It's going to be really easy and straightforward for you to go through because, like I said, she has phenomenal instructions on how to do it. The front of the pants have 4 pleats, so you have 2 on each side, which is really fun. You have belt loop carriers, so you can put a belt on if you desire to put a belt on, which I did. You also have back darts, and so the back darts is going to give the upper part of your trouser shaping. I really enjoyed this pattern. It's a really great pattern, pretty straightforward, easy to sew. You can use so many different fabrics with this. I used a cotton corduroy fabric, and it's similar to like a medium to heavyweight shirt, like a shirt weight material. It's really hard to explain. It's not like any corduroy I've actually sewn with before. It's a shirt weight corduroy, and it has thin wales on it, which is really nice, which I really absolutely love. The other thing about the waistband, because I was using a corduroy fabric, and you know corduroy has a nap on it. So you want to make sure that you're sewing the right way. So you can't use your fabric You can't, it's not a two-directional type fabric that you can sew with. Even if the design itself, the print on the fabric is two-directional, you can't really use it as a two-directional because it has a nap. And because of that, again, going back to the waistband, if you're using stuff like corduroy, it's going to, depending on what kind of fabric you're working with, what kind of corduroy fabric you're working with, it's going to show. That nap is going to show. I was blessed in the sense that, number one, my fabric is dark, and number two, I have really thin weld corduroy, like very, very thin weld corduroy, and so you can't really see that on my waistband. But if you're working with a thicker weld corduroy, it's probably not going to look very pleasing because your nap is going to go different directions because of the way you have to lay your waistband pieces down. So I would be really careful on the type of fabric that you choose. If it has a nap, I would be really, really careful about choosing nap fabrics with this particular design. I think you can use any type of like a tinsel, twill, chambray, let's see, linen, linen cotton blends, linen viscose blends. Those types of fabrics are going to be very beautiful. Even like really lightweight denim, like maybe a 4-ounce denim, something similar to a chambray will be really nice as well. That will give you like a really nice fluid drape. So you're going to be looking for garments that, or I'm sorry, fabrics. You're going to be looking for fabrics that's going to give you kind of like a softer drape. Not something too stiff. Now, the fabric that I chose, like I said, it's between like a soft to medium drape. And so it's not too stiff, but it's not also too soft as well. So it's not going to blow like viscose in the wind. And so I really like the fabric that I chose. I really like the pants. I like the way that they turned out. I like the pattern and I would recommend it. If this is a style that you gravitate towards, you will absolutely love this pattern. So anyway, that is my review of the Tapioca trousers. I hope that you give them a try. Again, the link to the Etsy shop is in my description box below. Let me know what you think of my final make, and I can't wait to talk to you all in the next video. I hope you all have a happy and blessed sewing week. Bye.